Welcome back to Metals, Money, and Markets for weekend in July 28th, 2017. With me, as always, Mickey Fulp, the Mercenary Geologist, and from miningclips.com, I am Rob Goodman. Well, Mickey, the topics on my radar were another failed attempt at Obamacare repeal. We've got North Korea escalating and pressure on the dollar. Let's jump right into it. Whatever that spelled, it was good for the metals.
Yes, Rob, very good week for gold and silver. Gold 1269 up well over 1%. Silver up 1.5% at 1674. The other two metals did not behave quite the same. Platinum basically flat over the week at 935 for a dollar gain. Palladium had some catching up to do, which it did. It was up 6 days in a row, finished at 872, up 3.7% over the week. So we're pushing that 2+ year high now on palladium. Meanwhile, copper, what a great week. What a great 3 weeks, let's say, for copper. Gained another 5.5% this week to finish at 285. It actually hit 287 on Thursday. This is a 15-month high. Very strong forward curve on strong demand with low inventories. Rob, I've been waiting for this for probably a month or 6 weeks now for copper to break out of its range-bound resistance, which it has done. Looks very bullish going forward. Now, I'm not going to say it's not going to have some fits and starts going forward, but the next resistance is going to be $3. And that's going to be another tipping point. So bullish on copper in the short term, certainly.
Moving on to energy, uranium a little soft, but phenomenal week for black gold.
Yeah, so uranium continues soft. This is the summer doldrum season. We expect this from really the late spring through the summer for uranium. That said, let's go on to oil. My, what a week, up well over 9%. That's WTI. Brent's over $50. WTI is approaching that, finished at 49.79 on a variety of positive news. Let's just list it. U.S. inventories continue to fall. The rig count, shale drillers are slowing down a bit. We've seen that 2 of the last 3 weeks. Rig count down 2. The Saudis cut their exports for August by 600,000 barrels. Now, there's some speculation in the market that this is because, geez, what is it? 50 degrees C there. So this is their really domestic demand spike season. So that may have to do with the willingness to cut exports that much. U.S. threatened Venezuela and Russia with oil sanctions. Imports less than 8 million barrels per day, average in the month of July. So things are looking pretty good for the oil business right now.
Heading over to currencies, as mentioned at the top, more pressure on the dollar leads to rallies by the other two.
Yep, dollar hit another 13-month low, finish at 93.34, down 0.7%. But there's very strong support looming in this low 93 level. So some analysts expect a bit of a bounce for the dollar right now, and that's going to be a test for gold if that happens. Looking back, we've had a 10% drop in the U.S. dollar since early January when it peaked at nearly 104. Meanwhile, euro and loonie up to 11-month high, and it's at that historic average of 80 cents now. Euro finished at $1.18.
Finishing up with the markets, Venture had a nice gain, but the Dow led the way here, 1.2% up.
Yeah, we're having so many record highs in the major U.S. markets. That's the Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ. It's almost not worth mentioning the details of this anymore. Dow at 21,830 for a 1.2% gain. S&P 500 had a period of time till midweek where it hit all-time highs 7 of 10 days. It finished flat at 2472. NASDAQ lost 13 points to finish at 63.75. But once again, we hit some interweek all-time highs. You mentioned the venture exchange. It actually had a pretty good week, a bit of a bounce at 773 for a 12-point gain, 1.5%. But let's keep in mind this is the summer doldrums, and volumes were even lower this week, averaging a little bit more than 46 million shares.
We'll keep our eye on the wire next week, Mickey. But didn't you have a little chat yesterday you want to talk about?
Oh, yeah, we had a really fun time yesterday at Giant Bhandari's Capitalism and Morality Symposium. A bunch of libertarian, individual, free-thinking types, and what a fun times. A lot of the names that people recognize as speakers on the libertarian circuit, yours truly included, and I spoke on the unwinnable and never-ending wars of the United States of America. We'll have the text from that speech up later today, and there will be a video to follow.
Well, we'll look forward to that and catching up with you next week, Mickey.
Yeah, thanks a lot for letting me do a little self-promotion there, Rob, and I'll talk to you next Friday.